from Texas. Obviously, there's music everywhere, tons of different
Um,
types of music. But what was kind of the first song that you remember really loving?
yeah, I would say the first song that I loved as a kid was probably All Day by Parker McCollum, like Limestone Kid times. Um, I also love the early Flatland stuff like February Snow and um, all their early on stuff. And then Great Day to Be Alive by Travis Tritt. Great song. And just all of those songs. And then I listen to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is weird, but
Oh,
that's what
hey,
my
I
family
love the
listens
Red Hot
to.
Chili Peppers. So there's like
Yeah.
zero stuff from my end. I love that though. And I love that you bring up, Parker and Flatland because I think they really are kind of this modern Texas vibe, definitely
Yeah.
honoring, Texas traditions,
Yeah.
real instruments, great stories, really strong lyrics, but definitely bringing it into the mainstream. So what was it about those albums and those songs that kind of maybe put in the back of your head that maybe this was something that you wanted to do too?
Well, every day after work, I would listen to country music, obviously, and like that was my time to like chill, and I would be like, "Screw this job, like I don't want to do this," um, and so I was like, "Well, what if I did that?" And I mean, little did I know what would happen, like you're like, "Well, I'm not gonna do that. Like, what is it gonna, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't know if my voice is good enough. I don't know if like I don't have a band. I didn't have a band at the time." Um, but then I started learning guitar during COVID. When everyone was playing video games, I was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna pick up a guitar." Me and my mom went and bought like a cheap little guitar, and I didn't learn. And then I got another. I was like, "This is so hard." And then I got another guitar my freshman year, and I started really learning. And then I started writing my senior year. Started truly writing last semester. And so it's been insane. I DM'd my whole band on Instagram. Found my first bass player. He's not with us anymore, but I found him at Guitar Center, and I started playing Take It Slow. And he was like, "Did you write that?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, whatever." And then he started like improvising on the song because we were just playing. And then he's like, "Well, I know a drummer." And then the drummer was like, "Well, I know a lead player." And then the lead player was like, "I know another lead." So I sent him like a voice memo. We did like an MP3, and like it just like we went and recorded Take It Slow. I paid $400, and this is what it turned into. But I never thought that it would ever be anything like this, But I always enjoyed singing and always enjoyed writing and stuff. But once I started playing those songs around my friends, they were like, "Wow, like, yeah, I mean, you're pretty good." But no one thinks that it'll turn into that.
Yeah, totally. So talk to me about your parents. Obviously, your mom was supportive enough to take you to buy a guitar that you never did
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
You can talk about the ultimate parent move. Like, you must play this if I buy this for you. But talk
yeah,
to me about your parents and your family and kind of either, their support or maybe
yeah,
kind of cautiousness in the
yeah,
beginning. I know that you're still in school and like trying
yeah.
to balance everything, which
Yeah, I'm sitting next to
kudos
the
to
intramural
you.
fields right now.
I know, I love it. Kudos to you. But talk to
Funny.
me about the support of your friends and family that have really kind of urged you to do both.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, my parents got divorced, and so my dad moved off. We moved to a new house, and then me and my mom and my sister moved in together, and so it was just me and two girls. So, like I was like the dude of the house, whatever. And I got taken to anthropology all the time and Lululemon, so that was fun. But we ended up, um, anyways, yeah. So she's been the most supportive lady throughout my whole life. She has helped me with everything. She hasn't gotten remarried. She hasn't. She traveled all during my high school to provide. Like she got a job in the oil field out in Midland, and was like, "Look, I'm not gonna date anyone else. I'm not gonna give any attention to anyone else. I'm gonna give all my attention to you. Make sure you're a good kid." So I got super involved in FFA and got a bunch of scholarships because I was like, if I can't pay my college and with sports and all that I did, then I'm gonna pay my college with academics of some sort. So, I did FFA and I was like vice president and then president of the chapter and won a few national awards. And then, so I ended up going to college and that kind of plays part in all this. But, um, my mom ended up moving to Midland. And then I was like, all this happened and my family's like, what is going on? Like they also don't understand like the amount of growth in this short period of time is crazy, and like they don't understand that you usually don't sell out a show 4 months into music, and that like we just sold 3,000 tickets in 3 days and we only have 4 songs out. It's like that's not it's not just social media, we have something special going. And anyways, it's been really weird for them. And so my mom was like, look, I don't I'm not gonna make you stay in college. She's like, do whatever you want. Um, and so I was like, "Well, I think I'm gonna stay in college." I was like, "I want to like push my I want to get so big." And this it's not ignorant, but I want to get so big that I'm like, "Look, mom, I dropped out when things were going for me, so that if things go downhill, I'm like, look,
I
I
can
it
still go be an
happens."
accountant. Yes.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So, um, yeah, it's just a very early time in my life. So I'm only 20 years old and I want to make sure to if I have free college, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, and I love your mama raised you right, that you're working hard. And but we found you on TikTok here at All
Yeah.
Country News. I remember sliding into your DMs and being like, "Hey, can we share this?"
Yeah.
Little find out you're connected with people that we know in the industry, and now
Yeah.
you're with some great people. But
Yeah.
talk to me about that first initial video that kind of blew up on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
everybody seems to have their own story. Like, oh, I checked it and then I went to bed and I woke up and I had like 8 million views. What was kind of your story in this kind of slow burn? Well, I guess it's not so much of a slow burn.
Yeah.
It was in the beginning, but talk to me about
Yeah.
those first initial videos that people were like, who is this? Who are you? And then you had a trending sound on TikTok, which,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, out of all of the sounds on TikTok, one of them
Yeah.
was you. So talk to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
about that.
And we have another one. Just
I
watch.
know, I know.
It's coming. We're trying to push it. But okay, so we recorded this song and like my videographer, not even my videographer, the guy that plays fiddle in Lubbock that helps us out with production and all that. He was like, I'm gonna take videos of you singing at the mic, and I was like, it's so weird, dude. Like, why would we do this? Mind you, like I'm just like going to college, I'm hanging out, like going out with my buddies, like playing guitar every once in a while, like writing on my own. And anyways, I posted TikTok and it's midday, I think. I remember I was at a red light by the hospital in Lubbock. I literally remember when it happened. It's weird. But um I was like, I'm gonna post this, see what happens. I didn't have it uploaded, didn't have a cover art. I didn't have anything ready. So the song dropped on Apple Music before it dropped on Spotify Music. Like it was a mess, but it was great. But so I woke up the next morning and it had blown up basically, and it was a bunch of Parker McCollum stuff, Parker McCollum stuff, Parker McCollum stuff, and then obviously a bunch of industry people started reaching out and is instantly like that. And then um I actually met Zeb and he was like, go get a videographer. He was like, it doesn't matter who it is. He said, look pretty and sing the song. And I was like, that's so stupid, but okay. So I did that and it was like video after video after video after video. I could have posted that song so many times. And I didn't know what like pre-release success was, like I didn't know anything about that. And I still try not to pay attention to too much of that. But and I was like, geez, this thing is like popping off. Like I wonder like what's gonna happen out of this. And then Zeb's like, well, so what's your plan? And I was like, we record again on Monday. And he was like, oh wow. He's like, all right, well, great. You have more songs. So then we ended up recording Two-Way Drive. But yeah, Take It Slow was crazy. My band was like, check your TikTok the day I woke up, and I was like, wow. I mean, it blew up. But that night I had seen that it was blowing up, and I was like, okay, well, but I didn't know what a TikTok trend was. Like, you don't know until, like, someone's pushing their music through a TikTok trend, but you're the one using it, and you're like, "Hell yeah, bro!" Like, but it's helping them, so I didn't know that's how that worked, and, but yeah, here we are now, so
I love it. I love that you are still so just humble about all of this. And I think that's what makes your
yeah,
music and your songs so great. So talk to me about your songwriting process.
yeah,
I was creepy and like went through a lot of the comments on your TikToks, and
mhm,
people, the biggest thing that people love is obviously your voice and your
yeah,
sound. People are loving that you're like real and different stories and they're unique. So
yeah.
kind of talk to me about your songwriting process and where you love to find inspiration from.
Yeah, so, most of my songwriting is about something that I experienced. So like, I just put out 5 to 9, and that was a song just about like I built fence all throughout high school. I was a welder hand, and like every day I got off work, I was looking forward to time off work. And then I was like, no one's ever flipped it and said we're living from 5 to 9. And I was like, everyone thinks it's 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. to the next day. But like that's the little things I look for, like to be catchy, like try to be as catchy as possible. Try to be as not want to be Texas country, but use that instrumental. And like nothing in that in my songwriting says I drive a big truck and I drink beer. Like it's just like everything that supports that idea. So that's kind of what I do. I mean, it's kind of like a Parker limestone approach, but with a little bit less furniture within it. And then we just got done writing another song about my parents splitting up, and so it's called House Again. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm like, do I
And
smile? Do I not?
no, yeah, smile.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it. And so like I just want to be able to know that I experienced every little thing that I put out for people, because if I don't write about what I've experienced, then I'm gonna be living a life that I don't want to live because I'm having to be someone else and sing lyrics that I didn't even experience. And I know as time goes on, there'll be pitches and all that type of stuff, and if it fits me, I'll take it. But right now, it's so important for my listeners to hear it straight from my mouth, what I've lived, and build true fans that way.
Yeah.
So,
Clearly it's
um,
working. I heard
yeah,
you had quite the weekend.
yeah,
Word of mouth. Uh,
yeah.
it was quite the weekend. So congratulations. But
Thank you.
speaking of Midland, we get to see you here in Chicago with Midland. And
Mhm.
so I selfishly am very excited that we get
I'm
to see it
excited.
firsthand. And I think
Yes.
that's their album release day. So it's going to be like a
Yeah.
hell of a show. But talk to me about kind of the emotions that you're trying to process going from, like you said, kind
Mhm.
of doing this for your friends and family, maybe becoming a little bit of a campus celebrity, and now you're like
Yeah.
opening up for Midland. How are those
Yeah.
emotions? How are you balancing all of this?
Yeah, so, um, every day is a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a up, down, lots of ups and downs, obviously, it's music. But, it's been weird, like, I want to be that normal kid to all my friends and family, and, like, I wanna just be everyone's buddy. And now when I walk into a party or something, it's like, "Oh, like, too good," like, all that type of stuff, and but once they come on the road or they see the capacity of it, they're like, "Okay, we understand." Like, they truly do understand. My family was even like, "You're not talking to us as much anymore," and it's just because 'cause I've been busy and I haven't been able to hang out with them as much, and then they come to the show and they're like, "Look, dude, we understand, like, you're busy, like, it changed, your life changed," and I'm like, "Yeah," but it's also like it's great, like, I stepped back this weekend, we put out 5 to 9, 2 weeks ago, and I stepped back from the mic, and, like, everyone in the crowd was singing it, and I was just like, "Dude, that's something special," it wasn't just a one-song thing, it wasn't just, like, a one-hit wonder, and that's what I was worried about. Those emotions were bad. I was, like, teasing the next song, and I was like, "Oh, no." Like, hopefully this one backs it up, but, No, it's been great. It's been exciting. It's been different, and it's weird for people to listen to what I have to say and execute on it. I'm like, why are you asking me, bro? I'm 20 and I'm just going to college, and we're about to release a song based on, I don't know. It's weird, but
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I
It's
love it.
exciting.
I love it. Well, congratulations on all your success.
Yeah.
Clearly, TikTok is translating into ticket sales. I know that's always the industry
Thank goodness.
concern, but I'm jealous. Peyton, I told Peyton, I'm like, Huddy's on my tour stop. So we're super excited to see you. And so I'm trying to get P to come up here and crash the party with us. But
Of
thank you
course, he
so much
should.
for taking the time. Um, you are so talented. And I know when I saw that video, I like instantly slid into your DMs. I'm like, there is something going on here. So I
Yes,
was happy
ma'am.
we were able to get you on the podcast. And now
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
happy that your fans get to kind of hear it from your mouth, kind of what's been going on and get them
Yeah.
excited and get them out to a show. Cause clearly what happened over the weekend, a lot of people wait their whole careers for, and it just happened for you. So
Yes, ma'am. It's exciting, and I appreciate y'all doing this stuff for me so that people can hear stuff straight from my mouth, you know?
yeah, yeah, I'm
So,
always about that. So go to class, go get some lunch, go do whatever you need to do, and we'll chat with you later. It was so nice chatting with you.
You're listening